The Denver Broncos' biggest weakness on defense just reared its ugly head, and now the team is scrambling for answers following their 34-27 loss last night to the Chargers. I'm talking about the linebacker room, and in particular Justin Sternad. I don't normally like singling out players or singling out position groups in a loss. Just like every other loss this season for the Broncos, there are multiple fingerprints all over it. Sean Payton and Vance Joseph deserve some of the blame for not calling great games, but I will continue to maintain that the majority of blame for this loss falls on the defense for not executing in key moments and not playing sound, disciplined, fundamental football. And the one player in particular who was kind of a microcosm of that was Justin Sternad. And when a player single-handedly puts his team in bad positions over and over again with boneheaded, stupid play, I have to call that out. Just because Justin Sternad's football sucked in this game doesn't mean that this is a personal attack on him or anything like that. He's still played good ball overall this season, but I have to call out him playing one of his worst games of his NFL career and single-handedly costing the Broncos over and over again. In pass defense, he was terrible. He was giving up big plays over and over. He gave up 7 plays for 103 yards in that game through the air, according to NFL Next Gen stats on 8 targets. That's not good. Then you look at his run defense. He was consistently shooting the wrong gap. He was taking bad angles. He was getting washed out by offensive linemen, and he was missing tackles as well. He single-handedly gave up that 43-yard run to Gus Edwards that allowed the Chargers to go ahead and ice the game. It allowed them to score that touchdown, to go up by 10 points, and the game was over after that. The first play of the game where Justin Sternad missed his tackle on Gus Edwards, it was like, uh-oh, that's not good. And Gus Edwards has done nothing for the Chargers ever since he's taken over as RB1 for J.K. Dobbins since he's been injured. Now we see Gus Edwards go out there and have one of his best games as a Charger, and it's just all on Justin Sternad for having so many missed tackles. I called out a few other players as well in my film study last night for missed tackles, P.J. Locke and Cody Barton, but Justin Sternad was in a league of his own. And then we've got to address the elephant in the room, that 15-yard personal foul penalty. He hit Justin Herbert when he was sliding, and I saw some fans and media on Twitter saying that that was a ticky-tack call, but if you lower your elbow to initiate contact on a sliding quarterback, that is going to be called 10 times out of 10. Justin Sternad lowered his elbow into Justin Herbert, and in wake of a couple of weeks ago when Azeez Al-Shaair did the same thing to Trevor Lawrence and knocked him out for the season, the league is going to err on the side of caution. You can't even give the refs a reason to even think about throwing the flag. You've got to lay up, you've got to contort your body, and most importantly, not lower your elbow into the quarterback. That's going to get flagged every single time, and Justin Sternad's sitting around, looking around like, what did I do? You lowered your elbow to initiate contact on a sliding quarterback, and it's going to get called. It was a boneheaded play. The one play that disturbs me the most in coverage with Justin Sternad, it was a play where it looked like it was match quarters, and Sternad was following Ladd McConkey along with, I can't remember if it was Pat Surtain or PJ Locke. I believe it was one of those two. Two players were going with McConkey in match zone quarters coverage, and it cleared open, wide open space for Stone Smart. Like, there was nobody within 20 yards of Smart because he blew that coverage. Justin Sternad needs to bounce back next week because this was almost like the Levi Wallace of linebackers type of performance from him. I've got to call it out because he consistently put this team in bad positions and he cost his team points. I don't like calling out individual players like that, but in this case, I have to. All right, Broncos country, be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe and ring the bell so these videos appear in your notification feed. Help us get to 5,300 subscribers by the end of the week, and let us know in the comment section below, Broncos country, how do you feel about Justin Strnad's play in this game, and do you feel like he was somebody who cost this team at the end of the day? Drop those comments down below, guys. I would love to hear from you as always. And until next time, guys, I'm your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.